Hello and welcome to the Week 16 edition of the EstablishedRun.com NFL Betting Show. My name is Adam Levitan, as always, joined by Evan Silva. And there's NFL football. There's been NFL football basically every day for the last week. There will be NFL football basically every day for the next week. It's a great time to be alive. Evan, how's it going? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Adam, with the bad internet, how does it feel?
It's not good. I'm on mega tilt. I'm trying to bet props. I'm trying to write articles. I'm trying to do research, and I have this bad internet in one computer. At home, I got the two computer. Whatever. I'm not gonna get into it. But if you guys hear any issues with the internet, please let me know, and I will try to correct. I am here in Florida on vacation with my family for Christmas week. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Before we get into it today, want to let everyone know we are running a special holiday sale on the NBA side, up to 40% off on NBA DFS, also 10% off on our NBA prop stuff. This will only be valid through January 1st, special holiday sale. Go to the NBA subscribe page on EstablishedRun.com for details. The COVID stuff on NBA side has been really bad. It's been really bad on NFL, but it's been really bad on NBA because obviously there's games every day. But I think with so many changing pieces, there are really big edges to be had, and our guys are really, really grinding hard. I almost, I don't want to say feel bad because obviously, like working on NBA and sports for a living is incredible, but what's been going on in NBA is a disaster. But they've been working around the clock to be on top of it, and so I do think there's a pretty big edge there for the people following it closely. All right, no Mark today, just me and Evan. We're going to go for 3 sides or totals each on this fine Thursday morning. Evan, I will give you the honors.
All right, we're starting off. We are going back to the overs well, baby. All right, the season record is not too good when it comes to the overs this year, but now we got an indoors game, the Rams at the Vikings. I think that both of these offenses can have success here. I know that the Rams offense can have success against the Vikings, which are they're a sieve on defense. They just lost too many guys up front. They're Bashad Breeland. Not that he was good. But they're cutting. Like an every down corner late in the season. And I like what I've seen from the Rams offense recently. In this past week, the Vikings gave up over 400 total yards to the Bears. Now, they only gave up 9 points because it's the freaking Bears, but they gave up a ton of yardage. The Rams will be able to finish those drives where the Bears could not. What we need here is 27-23, something like that. I think Justin Jefferson and Cooper Kupp can have like a back and forth scenario. I know that that's going to probably be a popular skinny stack this week in DFS. But yeah, going back over 49.5, Rams Vikings.
Sorry. I think there might be some 49s out there. I was actually just checking here. Let me just confirm. Yeah, there's a 49 on PointsBet. There's a 49 on Bet365. And obviously this is going to be a game we talk about a ton on Friday because this is the DFS game of the week will be Rams and Vikings, particularly, with Thielen expected to miss again and all the other things going on both of these teams. We'll talk about it plenty. All right. I'm going to go with a contrarian one for my first game. And by God, I've called the Texans expansion caliber team. I have called them, the worst team in the league. I've called them everything this season. However, they are getting 10 at home to a Chargers team. And Evan and I talked about this a little bit on Tuesday. Davis Mills has shown something. I'm not saying Davis Mills is good, but at least he's shown something where at home, when you're getting 10, at least you can open up back doors. When you have like reasonable quarterback play, like Jared Goff, reasonable quarterback play, like bad quarterback play, but at least you can move the ball in garbage time, you can enter back doors, no pun intended. And so I am going to go Texans plus 10. And also, we don't know if Austin Eckler is going to be able to play in this game. And I actually think I don't really think running backs matter too much, but Austin Eckler is so much more to their team than just a running back. Austin Eckler does a lot for them in the pass game, obviously. And so I think the Texans gained some momentum last week in their win So I'll go ahead and grab the 10 here as a home dog with them against a Chargers team, which I think needs to win, but that doesn't always mean a ton late in the year. So I don't know, Evan. Pains me to say it, but Texans plus 10 is my first one.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. The Chargers also, one of the reasons that I kind of like the Vikings Rams over is because it looks like both those teams are largely, knock on wood, going to be in the clear when it comes to COVID issues. The Chargers are not in the clear when it comes to COVID issues, both on offense and defense.
Yeah.
So I think that makes sense against the Texans. The Texans have been playing hard all year as well. Next one I'm going with is a side. Patriots at home, 2.5 to cover against the Bills. And, historically, Josh Allen has struggled against Bill Belichick. 2-4 record in 6 meetings. Really has only had one good, legitimately good game among those 6. The Bills are beat up in their receiver core. Emmanuel Sanders, I think, got on the practice field a little bit on Wednesday, but I'm still skeptical that he's going to be ready to go against New England. Cole Beasley, he's not playing. And then New England gets a little bit of extra time to prepare here after their loss in prime time to Indianapolis. I think it's a clear bounce back spot, a little bit of extra time to game plan against a Bills offense versus which Bill Belichick has had a lot of historical success. So I think the Patriots bounce back and they beat the Bills, which is something that I don't want to happen in real life because I tailed Leone on Bills to win the AFC, Bills to win the Super Bowl. This really would be this would hurt in regard to those bets. But I think that isolating the situation, I think the Patriots are going to win this one.
All right. Hotel internet chopped out there for a second. You got me now, Evan?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, the only thing I'd say on the Bills, I feel like the Bills' ceiling is higher than the Patriots. In other words, like when the Bills play well, like they can play really well on offense and they can play really well on defense too. And so I agree with you that in a lot of like median outcomes, the Patriots win this game. But man, if the Bills can like find their ceiling, do you agree that the Bills' ceiling is like so much higher than the Patriots?
Absolutely. I mean, this is win-win for me because I'm rooting for the Bills in one respect, and now I'm covering my bases. If the Patriots win, I get the win on our betting show. So
Yeah.
a lot of thought went into this, obviously.
Yeah. No,
It's
I
like I
had
just
that
made this
16.
pick 5 minutes ago.
16-1. We got that 16-1 on the page on the Bills to win the Super Bowl a couple weeks ago, and I still like that as well. I just like I said when we made that bet, like Bills' ceiling is Super Bowl caliber. They haven't reached their ceiling a lot this year, but I think their ceiling is Super Bowl caliber. I'm not as sure I feel the same about the Patriots, even though they've obviously been playing amazing. All right. I am going to go with another dog here. I'm going to go with the Washington football team plus 10.5 on the road in Jerry World. Found out this morning that the Washington football team will be getting Taylor Heineke back off of the COVID list. Obviously, the football team has been wrecked by COVID lately, but I think they're going to be getting, like, as it goes through the team, like now they're back. So I think they're going to have a lot of their guys back for this game. There's something off with Dak, man. And maybe I'm just tilted because I played Dak in cash last Sunday. He threw it 37 times and was so bad and so short. I mean, just like can't complete anything down the field. And so, there's something amiss with the Cowboys offense right now. And so if they're going to try to win games 17-10, 17-9 and stuff like that, to be getting 10.5 is a lot, especially with Taylor Heineke back. And so this version of the Cowboys, I'm not sure that they are likely to just absolutely rip teams like the football team. All right. Evan,
All right.
your final selection.
My final selection. 49ers -3 tonight against the Titans. I don't think the Titans are very good, and we saw it last week. Like the Steelers were pathetic in that game, and they still beat the Titans. 49ers, I think, are pretty legit. I mean, anytime you got a team that has like real issues in the secondary and at quarterback, or at least question marks at quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo has been playing well for an extended period, but that makes them a shaky bet in terms of reliability week to week. Jimmy Garoppolo, even though he's been playing well, he still makes 2 to 3 like head scratching plays per week. But when you can surround him, what they can surround him with in terms of a healthy George Kittle, a healthy Debo Samuel, a healthy Brandon Ayuk, he can be that distributor that averages 8 yards per pass attempt week in and week out, and completes high percentage passes that those studs can turn into long gains. I think they'll be able to do that. The big concern on offense for the 49ers is the right side of their offensive line. And, where they lost Mike McGlinchey and they're playing Daniel Brunskill. And I mean, it really is a problem. There's a problem on the right side of their offensive line. The Titans can pop up for some big pass rush games. And that's a concern for me. AJ Brown, we think he's playing, right? We think he's playing tonight.
I think AJ and Julio are somehow Julio's
Yeah,
playing, and I
what
think
in the
AJ Brown's going to
world?
play too.
Yeah, I got to make an edit to the Thursday night write up in terms of I can't believe that Julio's playing.
Yeah.
So that is like a legit, that's also a legit concern going up against the 49ers secondary. But I think that San Francisco is a significantly better team. I mean, I think that the Titans are like a bottom 12 team and the 49ers are maybe like a fringe top 10 team. And therefore I'm going with the 49ers. But I don't know. This is my third pick. We're throwing darts at this point.
All right. I'm deciding between two. You know what? I took two contrarian. I'm going to go ahead and take a square pick for my last one. I just want to bet against Big Ben, man. Like watching Big Ben out there, I don't even know how they won that Titans game. I mean, Big Ben is just atrocious. And so going to Arrowhead now, like Kansas City's defense plays so much better at Arrowhead, and their defense has been playing so well lately. Like I could see them really smothering the Steelers here, like really smothering them. Steelers are like on their last legs, obviously, offensively. And so I have very little concern the Steelers are going to score a lot of points. And then maybe the Chiefs offense got some confidence from that shootout last week on the showdown slate last Thursday. And so, maybe they can come out and shred and have another big Mahomes game and start to stack up a couple of really good offensive performances, along with the way their defense, I think, is going to play an Arrowhead. So I'll go ahead and lay the 7.5 here on the Chiefs at home in Arrowhead. I hate betting on the Chiefs because I still think the market has them inflated to what they actually are. But maybe it's turned the other way a little bit, considering how bad and they went through like a 20-game stretch where they only covered 4 times. I feel like the market at some point had to get off them, So yeah.
Yeah, I thought they went through a stretch where they didn't cover even like longer than that. But Kelsey and Tyreek, I mean, I guess you're counting on both of them playing?
Yeah, so I know that Kelsey is vaccinated and he tested positive. He tested positive on Monday, so I'm pretty sure he'll be back. We'll see on Tyreek. He was a little bit later. I'm not sure if he's vaccinated or not.
Okay.
By the way, Daigle chimed in here to ask if you woke up before 4, how you woke up before 4 p.m.
Well, Daigle's ass isn't here, so I don't, it's like freedom.
Sean says, "Are we locking in overs for Ronald Jones?" Yeah. So I was looking at props all morning. I didn't see any bets on Ronald Jones. Like in spots like this where it's so obvious, I think the market, the books are able to adjust pretty quickly. So yeah, it's not like some of this other stuff. We did take one that we took an over that I don't know, I don't know what got into me, but we did take an over. Cortland Sutton over 23.5 yards here with Drew Lock coming in. It's just so insulting for a guy of Cortland Sutton's talent to be down there at 23.5 yards. Like that's where like Denzel Mims props are and stuff like that. And so that was a good over, I thought. But yeah, I don't know if that one's still out there. But if you guys want more props, you can go ahead, check out the article, but you do need to be in Discord if you want to get the best lines on those.
I'll be interested to hear what the projected own percentages on Ronald Jones are for tomorrow. I mean,
massive.
Massive, like James Robinson against the Jets.
Yeah.
I think David Montgomery against Seattle. We'll talk about it all on Friday night, but I think it's going to be a really interesting discussion.
Yeah, I mean, DraftKings just messed up. They left so many guys way too cheap for this week. I mean, scoring is going to be absolutely out of control this week in DFS. Anyways, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We'll be back tomorrow with Wiggins to discuss the NFL main slate for week 16. Until then, take advantage of those sales on the NBA side. And we do have lowered our rest of season on NFL with only 3 regular season weeks left. We will be here through the Super Bowl with our normal content schedule. So check out rest of season prices on NFL if you have not already. For Evan, for producer Adam, for Adam's internet, which only had one blip this whole time, which is amazing. Good luck, everybody.